Powerful, political, and absolutely peerless. M.I.A, M.I.A Matangi, welcome to the show.
This is
No Filter.
Thanks for having me again.
Again?
Don't you get bored of me? It's just like, oh God, it's her again.
No, I never
she
get bored of you.
She never goes away, but she's called M.I.A.
I never get bored of you, Maya, because I just feel a connect with you. I'm from the same generation. I went to art school. Our paths have been completely different, but I really feel like you're out there doing the good work for people like me.
All right, cool.
So let's just talk about the doc and the fact that you filmed everything. Like everything from the get-go. You must be really happy you had all those cassettes and all that.
Yeah, man, because imagine if I didn't. They would have got me by now.
Do you feel like the themes in the movie, you know, like all the stuff you were talking about in the noughties, all the stuff you were talking about even when you were at art school, that's the big dagger literally hanging over society right now. It feels like society has caught up and you were a bit of a soothsayer and a predictor. Do you feel like you knew all that's happening in the world right now was literally coming just around the corner?
Well, you kind of have to just believe in the truth, you know. It's like, did you know it was going to happen? It is just about being part of the zeitgeist or something.
So no sense of vindication then? Not that you want to vindicate bad things. No sense of like, okay, look, I told you guys. I told you all of this was going to happen. I told you that the idea of refugees, immigration, identity was going to become even more important. No sense of vindication on that?
No.
Okay.
No. But I'm interested in saying this, though, as a filmmaker, but I haven't made the film, and Steve made the film, and he's become a filmmaker before me, but which is nice, and I'm happy for my mate. But on one of the reviews that he sent me, you know, it said somebody was really criticizing Steve, saying, oh, you know, they totally ignore the fact that M.I.A tweeted Lynn Hirschberg's telephone number. Like, she's a bad person for doing that. And so they gave the film a bad review or whatever. And to me, that is like the important bit of the film that's not discussed, like more like immigration and identity and the way certain things, you know, musically or whatever is gone. It's also really important to talk about journalism, you know, and that's like, I wish more people picked up on that from the film, like the concept of journalism and what integrity and truth and all of these things really mean. And I think that's a perfect example of some of the criticism and the type of criticism I face, which is where someone zooms in on this sort of action, which is, you know, me tweeting a journalist number. Yes, that's terrible, and I crossed the line. But if you zoom out with all the stuff, the rest of the stuff in the movie, you see, you know, here's a journalist who was getting told there's 400,000 people who are about to be bombed or did get bombed, and there were like, you know, terrible war crimes committed, and she had an opportunity to speak about that, but she didn't. And she denied those things and denied the existence of those things happening and the importance of those things being, you know, brought to light. And I think someone like that, who is not taking those things seriously, should be questioned, you know, and we should find the goalposts on journalism and to talk about, oh my God, this lady in New York City is really hurt because she has to change her telephone number. If you put it next to, well, 400,000 people got bombed and thousands of people died, which one would you choose? I'd much rather have my phone number tweeted than get bombed.
Yeah.
You know, and the fact that we can't tell as a society what is more offensive, and, you know, they cancelled me from 2010 because of that. And all the journalists sort of turned against me at that time. If you put it into perspective, it's like, why didn't you turn against the society that bombed like 400,000 civilians on a beach? Like, you didn't connect with that as anything that might cause pain or distress, or, you know, you have to change location, not just your phone number, you know. Learning that about society in 210 and then having to do these interviews 10 years later where you're like, yeah, there was grave crimes committed against the Tamil people and the Tamil women. And then now the journalists' roles have changed. You know, they've gone from going, I'm interviewing an airhead musician that I have to write about because all she does is eat truffle fries, to then becoming this avid feminist, you know, championing voice in the media, like those kind of women, you know. And I think they get off so lightly and nobody criticizes it. But journalism can't be that fickle, you know. It's really about teaching people integrity and discussing, and have those discussions now, because we're losing it, you know, like we're losing those kind of things in our society. And I think it's really important to just put the spotlight on the basic things that are important and not get distracted by all the, like, you know, faffy sort of things that is just become so distraction material, you know.
Okay.
God, that was a long answer about something that you weren't even asking. But yeah,
it's fine.
I needed to get that off my chest.
The one takeaway I got from the movie, amongst everything else in terms of music and politics, was you. You're quite a calm, quite a chilled personality when you're working. You know, there's, I can imagine working with you would be A, lot of fun, and B, as I say, without much, you know, angst or anger. But anger does drive great art, as does love as well. So I'm just trying to find out, is there anger within you that's driving you? Is there love within you? Is a mixture of the both? What's the fire burning right in your belly?
Not sure. It's a variation. It's different things. You know, in like the Hindu philosophy, each person is represented by like 4 states of being. You know, so you got a calm one, you got the crazy, angry one, which is determined by the Kali kind of vibes. I was going to say, a lot of people see you as a modern day manifestation of Kali. Yeah, but it's not, everyone has that. So when you look through Hinduism, everyone has the potential to have like their like serene kind of meditative state. Then they have the crazy angry Kali state. Then they have like this sort of doing what they do. It depends what particular one you're reading about. But so I think that is how it is. Some moments, you know, you're led by love. Some moments you are led by anger, and some moments you're led by some other emotion. And sometimes you just want to have fun and create something crazy. And it's about the love of creativity. So I think there's many dimensions to the thing that drives you, because it really is about, you know, who I'm with or where I'm at. And there's so many things that come into, you know. For me, I'm about the music, full stop. And your body of work is, I think, one of the greatest additions to the canon of British Asian music. And I understand music's bigger than a tag like that. Are you worried sometimes that your music, which has been revolutionary, is being lost amongst the news, the politics, even just the fact that you're multidisciplinary and you're doing other stuff? Yeah. I mean, in the film, it doesn't touch on all that. And I'm like, you know, I like birthed so much stuff like that's going on in the charts right now, and Steve's not interested. Like, you know, he's like, yeah, whatevs. Like, but a lot of the charts sound like what you were doing 10 years ago. I know, it's kind of weird, but like, even, you know, when they were like, are you world music? You know, you must be world music. And there was all the 2004-5 articles were about the concept of world music, and it was quite a classical, traditional sound. And that it was the first time they were hearing like Bali funk or, you know, kuduro or something like that at that time. And no one was doing that. And now to hear so much of that in the charts, and you know, even sort of Ed Sheeran doing like a reggaeton tropical sound or whatever, it's kind of like, wow, that really happened. But yeah, it's always been a problem to discuss that, because everyone's like, well, how could that come from, like, you know, a brown person who doesn't belong anywhere as well? Like the fact that you don't have an anchoring identity, like this person belongs in this thing. And, you know, the fact that I've been quite, you know, okay with being quite a floaty immigrant kind of rootless identity in music, that was the sacrifice, is that you're not pinned down anywhere where they go, oh, you're the, you know, the mother of that, or the grandma of that, you know, whatever the thing is. And just it just, you know, that is the sacrifice. But I don't know. I don't know what to say about that. It's like the kids are so like referential. You know, this is like post-Tumblr era where I don't think anyone knows where anything comes from. They just like something or don't, you know. So it's very difficult to even have that conversation, because hopefully the truth will come out one day.
Well,
you
that's
know
what it's all about. Full stop.
Yeah.
The truth is the bottom line. Bad Girls,
Yeah.
absolute anthem for nearly every listener who loves you. Do you want to say anything to the females, the young boys, the British Asians, the people of colour and beyond, who hold that track up as their ultimate anthem? I'm just telling you, as a DJ, I get to see which tracks really stick, and that track has stuck beyond anything you've done for my listeners.
Girls, I guess it's your time. Just do it.
Lift that